Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another Rokk gameplay stream. This is Dragon Age, the Veilguard. Big massive thank you to GeForce NOW and Bioware for giving me the code for this game. Now, interestingly enough, I didn't have a clue. I'd not played any of the original Dragon Age games, and so I really didn't know what I was in for. And I've been pleasantly surprised, I have to say. Let's get in and away from this music, this cavalcade of audio. I will hopefully see your chat messages as and when they pop up. So I'll look forward to those if we get any guests. I'm also wearing an Apple iPod, AirPod, whatever they're called, just because the headphones were flickering with the green screen. A little bit of behind the scenes techno stuff there. Hopefully you're hearing everything. The sound of the game should be about right, and I should be in the mix. So yeah, here we go. Dragon Age, the Veilguard, fourth in the series of Dragon Age. I hadn't played the originals, as I've said. In fact, although I'm very much aware of Bioware, I can't profess to be much of a gamer in their sort of world of RPG stuff. Of course, the previous Dragon Age games, so I'm reliably told, relied on the whole kind of Baldur's Gate 3 tactical pause, choose where you want your characters to go, switch to a different character, all that kind of stuff. This incarnation definitely doesn't go down that road. In fact, I go so far as to say that it reminds me more of Hogwarts Legacy. Graphically, very much like Hogwarts. It is a much more immersive action-based game. Graphically, it's gorgeous, helped of course by all of the DLSS features. It's got everything. This has got all the DLSS stuff going on.
To put my pack here. That makes sense. Better place to sleep than the infirmary. Guess I can spare a few moments to unpack my things.
Opened a codex. Let me just turn off these headphones. There we go. So I've got a little bit of background noise coming through on those headphones. Right, so you are this character, Rokk. I am not 100% sure that Rokk has appeared in the other games. I know there are definitely characters in this version of the game that were in the earlier Dragon Age games, including Varric, Lace Harding, and others. So, what's all this about then? Rokk, take a long, hard look in it, kid. It'll always show the face of a hero who can get it done. Nice story, but that's not me. Gender identity options. Oh, so we get to choose our gender identity. I have no problem with that at all. I mean, it shouldn't even be a thing that we consider a problem, should it? And you know what I'm saying here, guys. I'm trying to live up to that. I look good, enough reflection. I do actually want to change my character's face, and you can do that. It's quite easy to do, actually. I mean, he's a good-looking fellow and all that stuff, but I'm struggling with his huge forehead. You can, in the initial character customization menu, you can choose from a variety of different looks, elves and all sorts of characters. It's really detailed, actually. I mean, it's just a stunning game. It really is. Trying to live up to that. I look good, enough reflection. I'm trying to live up to that. I don't know.
I don't know if I see a hero's face. It's a face that's seen a lot. Got a few new scars. Some that show up in the mirror, some that don't. But Varric believed in me then.
Long-term viewers will know I'm not a huge fan of narrative-driven games. This has a good blend in my book. There is always the ability to skip through dialogue, and that won't skip the entire dialogue, but I can read a lot faster than they can talk. So I'll read it and skip it and just get the first few words from their dialogue, which, you know, gets you through a bit quicker. Looks like we're under the sea. Fish without tails. Wow. Tadpoles. That's interesting. I've not been here before, I don't believe. So what's this?
The ever-turning orb. My final training project as an apprentice.
Wow.
I spent months finding the precise balance of energy flows to make the enchantment permanent.
See, I think these are throwbacks to the earlier games. I don't know for sure. But as I said, I didn't play those games. Because those kinds of tactical RPG, the real Dungeons and Dragons kind of games, they're not really my scene. But this is. This ticks a lot of my boxes. You'll know that... let's just go through these.
The peddler gave me this after I saved his caravan from bandits. He was so impressed with the vital.
Yeah, I think these are throwbacks to the earlier games. So if you're a devotee of the Dragon Age series, you're going to appreciate this kind of stuff, I guess. There's loads of that in the game, I know that. But what Bioware have really done in returning to the franchise is they've carefully made sure that if you are a new game player like me, that you're not going to get thrown by all the historic stories and character stuff and what have you. I appear to have disappeared. Let me see if I can remedy that. Apologies for this. It's a problem with my camera that I don't know why. Basically what happened was I had to buy a new HDMI lead for my camera. And ever since, it lasts, I'm on camera for about 5 minutes, and then it closes out. I need to have a look in the settings. Anyway, here we go. So we run around the game with 2 companions, sometimes 3. Technically, I guess it could be more. Certainly at this point in the game. Hello, been here before. So what was it in here that I haven't done this one?
Commander I took this from thought occupied.
All right, let's crack through these. Made the right call. Obviously, I'm reviewing in game my previous conquests, etc.
Now, how do I connect to Solus?
Right, now I've got to... Solus was in, as far as I can understand in my research, Solus, who's the main antagonist in this game, is also one of the key characters in the Veilguard. So we're going to go into the mirror over here, just very quickly, guys. I just want to transform if I can. Plus, it'll give you a little feel for just how good the all this kind of stuff is. So we have a few options for changing the look of the faces of our character. That's the one we're currently with. Let's have a look. Very similar, if not slightly older, I guess. A scarred face. Lots of gender options. She's very pretty. Oh, maybe not. Let's see now. Oh, he's got half a horn. Oh, no. Yes, he has. He has a disabled horn. Bless him. Asian looking. Actually, those are the only ones they have. Select a preset appearance for your character and continue, or press customize to elaborate on your choices. Let's have a look. Oh, well, maybe the one we've got's the best one. That's quite an interesting looking dude. Tattooed to the hilt. I think as well, you do get options through the game to pick up. So if this is our character, let's hit customize. Here we go. Head shape. Whoa. Some of these look like Donald Trump. It's quite concerning. I don't know. I'm guessing 26 is us. They are changing. Okay, good. I'd like a fuller face, if possible. One without the... I can't work out what it is about the look of the face that I'm struggling with. I think it's the forehead, and you can't do a lot about that because this guy's got these huge ram horns. So maybe the face. Actually, I quite like that. That one, for some reason, is drawing me. That one, even better. Right, we'll go with that one. And then we'll go back to, let's go with a slightly different complexion, I think. Skin tone. Let's go with a warmer Mediterranean look. There you go, that's a nice one. Complexion, right. Oh, wow. Now here we go. So we can get rid of the over-chiseled. Let's go with an older, freckled, even birthmark. There's so much choice here. Amazing. Weathered. Oh, got to go weathered, haven't we? Oh, maybe that's a little bit too weathered. Weathered one. Dark circles. Whoa. Acne. Now, do you know what? I'm going to go with weathered one, I think. That one. We don't need vitiligo. Okay, good. Happy with that. Forehead and brow. Here we go. Forehead. So what can I do to remove? Oh, expand his face. Flatten. Width. I really want to try and shrink it down. Can't see much change there. And a beard! My old mate. I don't mind his chin so much, Bjorn. It's the forehead that I struggle with. We have beard physics. It's so good. The customization stuff is so good. I hadn't thought about giving him a beard. I wonder if that's what I need to do. I'm trying to just reduce that. Maybe if I put hair over the top of his head, Bjorn, that would sort him out. By the way, I've been playing for a few hours. I've just come back in to try and change the look of my character a little bit because, let's see, where's the beard physics that you mention? Bjorn says that there are beard physics. That's cheeks, jaws, chin, double chin. Let's give him a double chin. Larynx. What is Adam's apple? Oh, maybe there's. Oh, it's up here. Look. Yes. Horns. Horn style and material. Oh wow. Oh, you can remove horns. Oh, there's so much to this game. Bjorn, you played the earlier Dragon Age games, didn't you? I never. Oh, I quite like that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? It's kind of demonic. That's pretty good as well. I might go with that one. I know you played the earlier ones, and they were more. Am I right in saying they were more tactical, like Baldur's Gate 3 kind of touch? I actually quite like that as well. That's you really do have to play some time in the game to get the best. Actually, I don't want to go with that one. So, having chosen his material type, oh, nice. Different metal, different. That's a crystal there, apparently. Let's go with the red. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Right. What I'm looking for here is hair, facial hair. Here we go. We haven't got a facial hairstyle. Aha! It looks a bit weird on him. He doesn't look old enough to have a beard. Yes, especially number one, says Bjorn. Dragon Age, and I'm loving the more traditional combat and engagement personally, as a cash lover of RPGs, but I'm just too impatient for the whole dialogue choice stuff. He looks very Nordic there, Bjorn. He could be one of your compatriots even. Oh, look at that! I'm loving that. He definitely is used to frequent trips between Reykjavik and Newcastle with a beard like that. I'm not going to give him a beard because I don't think he looks old enough. What I will do, though, is look at his hair and see if I can get a fringe thing going on over the top. Yeah, that's what I need. I need to get rid of that flipping forehead. Maybe with something like that, but not that. That's pretty cool. What a difference. What a difference it makes to the character to give him a little... Oh, he's got a little sheepy bit there, look. We'll get into the game in a second, guys. I know you're like, oh, come on, mate, this is so boring. I know. I was going to do this anyway, so you're just going to have to bear with, as my mum says. I prefer the proper English of me at the end. Bear with me. Separate sliders for chest size and bulge size. Wow. That's cyberpunk world. I don't need him to have a big bulge. It's not necessary in my world. But I do want to give him a fringe. Do I want to stick with that? I don't know that I want the curly one. Let's see. Right, come on, concentrate. Well, that's more of a mullet than... I mean, that's kind of Oaky Fan Snooky backwater territory. What about this one? This is kind of... Nah, it doesn't do it for me. Come on, Rokk, make a decision. Make a decision and stick with it. Yeah, let's just quickly find one. I thought I found one earlier that I really liked, which wasn't a sort of a shaggy sheep look. So what's it like without... Oh, that's... Okay, that's the one I've chosen by accident, apparently. That's the normal one, and that's one with a bit of a fringe, bit more of a fringe, bit of a crop top thing. Right, I'm going, I don't know, I don't think I'm going to regret it. I can always come back and change it. It's not like some games where you can only change it once and then you're locked in. Neil, how are you, my friend? I know. Well, that's the thing here, though, Neil. You can come back. Neil's saying it's all good. He's spent ages in character creator in Baldur's Gate 3. You can come back later, as long as you come back to your kind of main HQ, I guess, and change it up. So we're all good. All right, I'm going to give him a very quick fringe that looks something like that for now. We're going to back out of there. We're going to change the colour of his hair, though. We're going to make it darker. There we go. That's better. Beautiful. Now, what I have done, I'm coming out now. I'm happy with all of this stuff, I think. This is, oh, look at that. It's got a little booby thing. This is his undergarments, apparently. And body proportions, chest size, legs. I do think he needs longer legs. Oh, yeah, there you go. Bulge size. Let's have a look at what the extreme looks like. Did it change? I didn't see any. Oh, it is very minor changes. What's a glute? What is a glute? I don't know what a glute is. It looks like it's applying it to the outer edges of his hip. We'll boost up his chest, manly chest. There we go. That'll do for me, Tommy, and we'll make him a little bit taller. Because he wishes he was a baller. Right, good. Let's get the heck... what's this lighting? Oh, I see. We can see how he looks in this game. This game is ridiculous. Neil asks, did GFN give me a code? They did. They did, Neil, and I'm so chuffed. They get... Oh, it's the upper part of his leg, says Bjorn, for glute. They did. GeForce NOW and Bioware very kindly gave me a code. And it's interesting, Neil, because, I mean, I'm a magpie. Someone says, would you like a free code? I'll go, yeah, whatever. I'll have it. Thank you. Let's just save this down. Sometimes I'm very happy with my choices. Hang on, what's happened? He's changed appearance. All my hard work has gone to dust. Oh, flipping heck, right, let's just get out. Let's get out of here. Let's back out, man. Whatever. Yes, and in this case, I really didn't know what to expect because I'm not much... Well, I've never played Dragon Age at all, and I'm not much for the whole kind of tactical play, you know, the kind of Baldur's Gate 3. I enjoyed Baldur's Gate 3. Still haven't finished it, actually. But I did find it a little hard. And what I love about this game is, for a cash like me, if you put it on storytelling mode, which I have done, you've still got combat. You still have to come up against foes, but it is doable without mods. And in my world, with lots of... Oh, look, he's got Solus. Let's just tune into this.
Hello, Dreadwolf.
But perhaps
Previous character from previous games, Solus.
to tell me that my concerns were unfounded. You could not possibly be here to take advice from the one you called the Elven God of Lies.
Oh, got some dialogue stuff going down. So, on the left-hand side, very much like Baldur's Gate 3, it's reflecting what impact the dialogue has had. So here we go. You could not possibly take advice on the one you called the Elven God of Lies. And then we have choices. There are these little icons. There's the thumbs up. There's the... Well, I mean, to me, it looks like somebody laughing, but it's kind of the acting symbol, isn't it, for acting? Bravado, putting it on, that kind of thing. And then this one, which I believe is kind of aggressive. So we have compliant, putting it on a bit, and full-on aggressive, right? And yet here I am, which is the one that would have the least impact on your story. And then he's kind of, bravadoing it, seriously, rubbing it in, and then the final aggression one, stop, I need information, so he's commanding. Let's go with yet here I am. I tend to go with the compliant one.
For running into things I didn't think were possible.
You are adapting quickly.
Great acting, by the way.
The gods are planning.
Well, one character's not so much.
Knowledge no mortal in this world is privy.
Good morning, young Stuart. Disaster has struck the Garrett house. We have no tea bags. What?
Against Algernon and Gillenny.
That's bad teabag management, Stu. You should be able to pre-manage your teabags. There's no excuse for that, my friend. Luckily for you, it's a Saturday. It's not a bank holiday. You can purchase teabags. I don't know where your nearest teabag stockist is, but I'm sure that it's worth the small trip. I personally don't drink tea. I wouldn't give a stuff. Solus, if I'm to share it with you, I need to know what makes you the right person to lead the fight. Graphically, this is just amazing, by the way. I'm playing on a 1440 monitor. I'm streaming at 1440, so you're seeing the same as me. With GeForce Now, of course, you can put HDR on or off. This monitor doesn't have HDR, but it should still look pretty good. Stu is gutted. He's gutted that he doesn't have his tea. I wish I was there to console you, my friend. I'd put my arm around you in a manly way. And you could tell me your teabag woes. I wouldn't teabag you, though. So the compliant one is nothing, but I'm here. The acting bravado is I'm not in charge. And then I punch up, you should know. Right, let's go with the compliant one.
Someone has to do something. I may not be the right person for this job, but I'm the only one left.
So your call to action is that any attempt is better than none.
Back in the Crows, I had to deal with the...
So it says that you told Solus that you're a leader because there's no other options left.
Getting ready to transport prisoners to another city. It was way too large for us to hit.
But you did so anyway, using unconventional tactics to confuse the Antam and free the prisoners.
How'd you know that?
You helped Varric pursue me for the better part of a year. It would have been foolish not to learn about who was hunting me.
I love this as well. I've got to do this just to say, well, I love it. I love the treatment, the little filter when you pause. I mean, I know it's like basic and, what the heck, but I get so impressed with little things like this. You get this lovely little filter around the characters.
And you know that if someone has to make...
Look at that.
I'll do it.
I suppose I was not so different when I started.
Started what?
My rebellion against the Evanuris. The elven gods, as you call them. They wish to
Oh yeah, I forgot we could skip a bit.
To accomplish that, they will need first the blight.
Oh yeah, the Blight was in the earlier games as well. Blight makes a return in this game.
Until they release it.
By the way, I have my sustenance, Stu. I have my my breakfast banana. There it is, in all its yellow and brown spot glory. First the Blight. What exists in this world is a bare fragment of its power. The rest is imprisoned until they release it. And then you actually see down the bottom, you have more options. Always worth a little look. There's loads. Why blight the world? It's bigger than what we have. It didn't escape. I wonder if he's talking about my banana there. Look, it's bigger than what we have. I doubt it. It's a fairly small banana. And then we could go back up to the standards. We have the screaming exclamation mark. Do you know what, Stu? Stu says, this game looks good. I'm tempted. I have come fresh off the back of the campaign for Call of Duty, which launched this week as well, as you know. And I was sorely unimpressed with Call of Duty's campaign, and not least of which because it's absolutely dripping in bugs. Same price game. This is so polished. It is just, firstly, it looks amazing. It's drop dead gorgeous, and I'll show you in a second when we've released from this scene some of the settings for the graphics. And I am running this on, as you know, GeForce NOW Ultimate, so it is a 4080 card with huge amounts of RAM and CPU powerage, but I've got it on Ultra. And you know, you'll even, if we'll go back to the look at the characters in a close-up in a second. And it has that gorgeous effect that uses a huge amount of power, where there's a kind of glow to the skin. It almost gives it a biological feel. So it's like you've got a layer over the skin, and it's a really subtle effect, but you know that they're going for graphic elitism when you see that in a game. So how do we stop them? I'm going to ask him. I'm going to be his friend.
What would they need to do to free the Blight? And how do we stop them from doing it?
They will need to pierce the veil to reach the Blight's prison.
And the direction, the camera direction, you see it in all the cutscenes and the angles that it puts you.
Covered it from the ritual site.
Excellent.
If you look at that kind of glowing effect around his head, and it gives you that sort of, there's a detail there, but there's also something just under the skin. It's a great effect.
Follow us. They have called themselves gods. And what is a god without worship?
Without worshippers to sing their praises.
Back. I don't think the
I love to pretend that there's a missing K in this character's name.
Agreed. Elganan and Gillenane care little for the elves. They will find worshippers among those hungry for power. Tyrants and bullies.
I think they're working, am I right in saying they're working on a new Mass Effect, Bioware? If they are, and this uses the Frostbite engine, I am very excited about the look of that game. If you hunt them, they will lead you to Elganan and Gillenane. They're the two kind of main antagonists in this game. Two gods. Thanks. Sounds entertaining. That's not enough. No, I'm going to go with thanks, because I don't want to push my luck with this dude. He's very powerful.
Go poke at the cruel and the corrupt, and we'll see what we find.
The Veravas, the lighthouse Soluvian, can take you anywhere, if you master its secrets. Have you done so?
Not yet.
Done a lot.
She'll get it sorted, and we'll see how it goes.
Yes. I suppose we will. And when you speak with Varric, please tell him that I regret what happened.
There's not a lot in this game. There's a lot in this game, reversing that one, that ticks all the kinds of boxes that I have in games. So, wardrobe, you've acquired new appearances for your equipment. Appearances can be modified. I think I'm right in saying that the code given to me was the top of the range version of the game. The only reason I say that is because when I first got into this space and to my wardrobe, there was just masses of it said, oh, you have this, you have this, you have this, loads and loads and loads of armor and bits and pieces that I would assume come with the more expensive versions. Did I actually look at that thing? Decoration mode. I'm in decoration mode, guys. I don't know what it means, but I assume I can decorate the room. I mean, look, this is just ridiculous. So within the wardrobe, you can come in and any of... It's a bit like Hogwarts. For me, there's a lot in this game that reminds me of Hogwarts Legacy, and I assume that they spent a lot of time. That is a gorgeous game. I personally don't think Hogwarts got the recognition that it deserved. I think it did okay commercially, but it's a stunning achievement of a game. And this, in so many ways, reminds me of Hogwarts. So, for example, he has this ridiculous orange face paint on his face, but you don't have to have it. So I can come up and change this look. And this won't affect any of the stats for the helmet that I'm wearing, which is actually a helmet, which is really cool. And if you find a new helmet, oh, look at that kind of Welsh dragon thing. I actually really like that. If you find a new helmet and you wear it, it won't, it will keep the look and feel. So this is the armor that I've chosen for my character, but I can up it and down it and make it look, but you know, again, it's not going to affect the stats on the armor. It's purely cosmetic, and it extends to your weapons, and you can do the same thing with all your characters as well. This is Bellara. This is Harding. She apparently was in the Lace Harding was in the earlier games. I don't know if Neve was, although for me, worst acting in the game, and she plays a big role. But his acting is great, and so are the other characters, except for that one. Right, okay, I don't think we've done enough of this stuff, haven't we? What? I don't understand this exit decoration mode, enter decoration mode, because nothing's changed. Anyway, we'll come back to that. Let's get on with the game. I want to show... Oh, before we do that, one final glimpse behind the scenes. Firstly, the save game feature, oodles of options to save your games, and the good news is you, by doing this, get to see how long you've played the game for. So for me, so far, 4 hours and 16 minutes in storyteller mode, and there's our time and date as well. We're on level 6, so that's pretty cool. And then in the settings, let's have a quick look at the graphics settings. So I've got it on custom, but essentially everything is ultra. Ultra, contact shadows, ambient occlusion, which is partly that effect that we talked about just now with the skin and everything. When these things look grayed out, it's because they've either been superseded by another effect you've chosen, or they're on by default. We've got volumetric lighting on ultra, sky quality, ray trace reflections, which is actually really computationally quite a huge hit, but it's handling it with vim and vigor. If we look down the bottom right here, look, we've got VRAM usage. This, of course, pertains to the use of the GeForce NOW setup. And it's showing you, which is the thing I love on the 4080 that comes with the Ultimate, 23.5 gigs of VRAM, which allows you to really boost most games up into the Ultra settings. Ray traced ambient occlusion, which is why up here it's ghosted out, because we've got it already down here as part of ray trace. So it says enables the use of ray tracing to simulate realistic soft shadows where objects are close together. A much more advanced technique, and it requires specialized ray tracing compatible hardware, which we have with the NVIDIA 4080 card. Ultra ray tracing, I mean, this is like top. This game is cutting edge in terms of its use of the cards, but you're not limited to DLSS or even to NVIDIA. You can actually choose. Somewhere, I think it's in display, you can choose what card. If you've got an AMD card, you can choose the AMD, and you get all those options, the options that those cards can offer. Any road up, here we go, all going on. I've chosen depth of field in both the cinematics and the gameplay. And again, all of these, I've gone through and just switched all the top range stuff on. And then when you play it, what I've found is that it hasn't impacted the game at all. Motion blur's off. Motion blur for me, it depends on the game, but typically it means it's a way of cheating movement to not impact frame rates, but not had a problem with this. And I've just tightened the field of view. I've brought it a little bit closer than was initially in there. Anyway, as I'm losing viewers, let me get back to the game. Oh God, Rokk, this is all interesting, mate, but show me the game. Show me the money. Ah, he's Varric. This dude is a veteran of the earlier games. Another dialogue, I'm sorry.
About the gods. You heard? It's bad, Varric. If you'd seen Demeter's crossing.
Quick pause, just to let you know, when you're in this building, and this reminds me of Marvel Suns, is it? Marvel Suns? Something Suns. When you're in this building, you get to wear like your PJs, you know, like your relaxed kit. So I've chosen this thing covered in blood, but you don't have to. And when you're out and about in the world, you wear your armor. It's automatic. I think, yeah, I know you can change it so that if you want to, you can have your armor on all the time. You just choose that as your relaxed kit. But in this case, I gave him a blood-stained thing.
The team needs to act fast, and it can't do that.
Hopefully you can hear the audio okay in the game, by the way. Let me know if it's a bit weak. Thank you, Stu. Midnight Suns. I knew there's suns in there somewhere. Varric, you've got to take point on this. I don't want your job. I can't replace you if that's what you want. So let's go with I can't replace you.
I can't do what you do. I've barely been holding it together in the short time you've been out.
You don't need to do what
I've disappeared off screen again. Flipping heck. This camera's got to be sorted.
What did I look for? A detective to find the Dreadwolf and a
While they're talking, let's sort that out. Yada-dee, there I am.
predictable. And then there's you. Remember when we first met, kid? I watched you pick apart an entire Antom patrol in Treviso. They outnumbered you 20 to 1.
They were overconfident. I took advantage.
Which no one
Fancy outnumbering him at lunchtime.
didn't appreciate the heat it brought down, but you've got a knack, kid.
For what?
I have, but stop looking at my neck.
With a plan that no one expects. On the best day of his life, Solus wouldn't see you coming, Rokk. And don't
Rokk.
worry. I'll still be here to talk if you need me.
So what's the more options then? About Demeter's crossing, about Harding being hurt, about Solus and the ritual. I'm just going to talk to you later because I want to get on with the game and, you know, people are leaving in droves. Rokk, I'll let you get some rest. Rokk.
One last thing before you go. I've been racking my brain thinking of contacts who might help us with these gods.
You got any ideas?
Nothing.
No. That was a waste of dialogue.
About having all the answers yourself. It's about knowing who does. Nev has connections to a whole world that Harding and I barely know. Might be
Marvel
worth
Midnight Suns, that's the fella. Thank you, Neil.
Thanks, Varric.
anytime.
Right. Let's go and show you some of the actual world. Let's get the heck out of here. But yeah, this part of it reminds me of that, and of course Hogwarts as well, where you have a sort of bat cave where you're more relaxed, you're not going to get attacked, and you're exploring and discovering the world. Here we go. So this is the area known as the lighthouse, so called because although I can't get the camera up any higher, that is a lighthouse. Now, I just wanted to show you, I'm obviously playing in the cloud. It's completely responsive. Do you know there was an article, believe it or not, on cloud dosage yesterday, talking about GeForce NOW, and although saying technically it's amazing, they were whinging heavily, or the writer, the journo was complaining bitterly about queue times on GeForce NOW. I've never, ever, in the years that I've had my GeForce NOW account, had to wait for a game. Now, I do have Ultimate, this is true, but even when I've played with the vanilla version, which I own, so the deal with me is I actually pay for GeForce Now. They just top it up to Ultimate. So I'm not getting it for free. I'm paying for it, but I'm getting the extra piece for free. But even when I've played on the vanilla version, I've never had to queue for a game. So I don't, this the problem with cloud is, believe it or not, it's quite a subjective medium. Depending where you are in the world, is going to impact your experience. And if you're in part of the world where they don't have, huge banks of cards, then you may have to. So I don't know, but that is a problem. They should caveat, anyone who does any reviewing of cloud systems should caveat with, this is my experience. Other experiences will vary. We have a workshop. This is new. I really don't. Caretaker's Workshop. Upgrade your equipment at the Caretakers. Yeah, Neil says I only had queues when there have been server issues. Server issues and also games themselves, Neil. When, for example, Destiny or Call of Duty and other games where they've not allowed... Because don't forget... sometimes although you're playing a game on a server within your point of presence within your country, depending where you are, for GeForce Now, that could well be just forwarding you to the servers that Destiny uses or that Call of Duty uses, and you're going to experience issues there. So, yeah, it's very much a subjective thing, but I have never experienced... When the game is absolutely running locally from the GeForce Now server farm, which this one is, I've never had an issue waiting to get into a game. I think if you've got the free version, yeah, absolutely you will. The problem with the free version, and you've heard me say this a million times, is it's the nasty version of GeForce Now. You queue for games, you don't get the quality, and you get a limited amount of time playing them. And if somebody is moaning about the free version because of those limitations, well, firstly, it's kind of on you to a degree, NVIDIA, for making that option available and not giving people the best view of their system. But secondly, you know what? You're getting it for nothing. What are you moaning about? It's simple as, isn't it? Oh, geez. Upgrading your equipment at the Caretaker's Workshop will increase an item's statistics. Finding another version of an existing item or purchasing it from merchant will increase an item's statistics while also unlocking new properties. Pursue both paths to bring out your equipment's full potential. Collecting mementos out in the world will let you upgrade the kit. There are the upgrade paths for this game, for you as a character, for your armor, for your weaponry, for your magic skills, not all characters have those, is insane. It's just so much work. I am on level 6. I've completed, I think, 4 quests. I don't know how big this game is, but quite honestly, with all of these progression tree options, etc., it's got to be huge. So I guess the first time in here, I'm having a quick looky-poos at this. Main hand, offhand, two-hand armor, my character, belts, and so on. So I guess you choose one of these things, and yeah, there you go. And if you have the materials, so here's the key thing here, look. So we can upgrade our sword. 13 on physical damage, that's pretty cool. But it does cost a lot, so it's going to use 6 of my 53 crystals, and 4 of whatever that item is, and I've got 15 of them, so you're not going to get a chance to do it much of the time. I would say, we'll look at this in a second, but when you are in combat, you will be switching between weaponry and things like this firebrand. I've unlocked a necromance and an ice, so I had 3 options. There's probably more. You switch them. So it may be better to begin with to upgrade your armor, because that's kind of consistent. I don't know that I can. Yes, I can. So your armor is going to be consistent at all times, whereas your weaponry is going to change, and may be replaced. So this is me. Other players may have different thoughts on this, but I think I'm going to level up my armor first, because that's always the armor that I'm wearing now. Obviously, if I change the item, I don't know if the next piece of armor will carry over the increases that I add now, or indeed whether I only now find armor that is of a higher quality. I don't know. They've put a lot of thought into this, so I wouldn't be surprised. So anyway, this is going to increase the time-tested trappings common medium armor by 1. It's going to give me an extra 10 defense and an extra 4% ability damage. I'm going to do it because I may as well. There we go. And now it has ended the ability for me to upgrade. In fact, it's grayed that out there, so you only get the one chance. I'm not sure what a belt does, to be honest, but either way we can, 400 healing. Let's level that one up. There we go. So those are our consistent pieces. I think it was a good shout, but I may be wrong. Who knows? I'm only 4 hours into the game. Oh, you'll also see we have a mini-map in the top right corner, which I don't really use a great deal. You don't need to. And again, this is a setting choice. I'm playing this on the simplest, lowest combat setting as storyteller. But everywhere I go, I have an icon showing me where I need to go with distance in, of course, the international gaming standard of meters. Have you noticed that? All games these days are in meters, which I don't have an issue with. It's just a unit. It's why in the military they call it a click, don't they? When you watch the American movies and they go, we're 10 clicks out. They're just talking about an arbitrary unit. Could be meters, could be miles. Right, let's go and see what's going on in this place where I have not been before. We've got more dialogue. I'm sorry, guys. This is the worst actor. You'll see what I mean.
Hey, Nev. Hi, Wisps.
Yeah, they're still here, but you're here for leads. You want allies to go after the gods? I've got places to look, if we can get anywhere but Arlathan.
Well,
Terrible.
what have you?
This guy's great.
Start with the angles we know. The gods are corrupt magic personified. Who do we hire to fight that? First, the Antivan Crows. We've got you. But if one assassin's good...
Why not two?
It's got to be the daughter of one of the directors or something.
Mage killer, the demon of Virantium.
I hadn't noticed until then that this character's got a wooden leg, albeit made of metal. Your most feared mage killer, the demon of Virantium, a specialist. So I'm choosing folk. A specialist, smart. I always wanted to meet him. He might cause trouble. Do I get to choose? Let's go with that one.
A specialist. Between the two of us, maybe we can find a godly weakness.
Nice intonation on the voice.
The demon got his nickname taking out blood mages and Venatori.
She's so reading it.
Stories in recent years, but your bosses would know.
The Talons? They're going to give me an earful.
If you want to look elsewhere.
I'll set up a meeting. What else?
A trip home.
Back to Min.
It's 11 Labs, isn't it?
Capital city and heart of Tevinter. An empire of mages that knows a thing or two about corrupt magic.
Tevinter Authority.
Won't help and can't be trusted, which is why we talk to the Shadow Dragons. They're a resistance group
Hey,
that
look.
fights slavers,
False
black
leg.
magic, and imperial corruption. They've got eyes and ears everywhere, including mine. If the gods enter the empire, we might get something. Besides, I owe them an update.
Let's just whip through this. Normally I would just read it much quicker than they can say it, and
Those are the crows in Antiva and the
usually
I
does
feel
me.
like checking in on my neighborhood. If
Let's try. I brought you into the game at a pretty low combat-y time. I'm sorry. See, what we've done is essentially gone through a lot. The first 3 or 4 missions are really a training setup, which is why I think this game is probably huge. Quest acquired. See, now we've got lots of different quests. That's interesting. Up until now, we've only had one quest line. Wow. 3 quests. Let's go to the journal. Let's have a look at the... I haven't shown you this before. So this is the obvious map. We're in the lighthouse, so we can go and visit any of our characters and do stuff. And using the D-pad, you can go up and down through the layers, the different floors and stuff, which is pretty good. And there's our journal down there. So we have 1, 2, 3 quests now under signs and portents. It's automatically chosen into the crossroads, but we don't need to. You cannot track another quest during the current quest. So if we untracked this one, we would be able to choose another one. But either way, this is into the crossroads, so let's get on with it. This is your character, which I think we've already looked at. Obviously, we just upgraded our armor and our belt. And then when we have new items, we can slot them in here. Here are our companions. And, oh yeah, and this is a progression tree for each of these things. They're all different. It's just massive, this game. So each of the abilities, and as you'll see in a second, even though you cannot switch characters, which I believe you could do in earlier games, you're always going to be this dude, or whatever dude you chose at the outset of the game. You can use or command the other characters to use their powers and weaponry within a combat. So when you've exhausted all of your mana and all of your powers, you can then command your other characters to use theirs. You don't tell them where to go or who to fight, but you do get them to choose what they are. And therefore, the skills and the skill trees of all of these changes. So there you go. They all have slightly different powers. And she needs a few more unlocked by the look of things. Also, you'll look over here, this is your relationship with each character. You're looking for a positive. It's the best way to be. You obviously got a decent one going on with Harding and Bellara. But you know what? She's heard me whinge about her acting skills. What can I say? And then this is your character's skill tree, which doesn't look very big until you go in and then realise it's flipping huge. And will take quite a while to unlock. Each new level, each character level, level 6 at the moment, you can come in and unlock one of these to, if you want to. Say, for example, I wanted to get into this one, look, which gives me chain lightning. Then I'd need to unlock that one first, and then it would open up that tree or branch. So it's worth having a quick look at some of these to see what of the available branches is something you would like your character to fashion. So, for example, I've kind of early on gone down the frost road, but I've since adjusted that because it's actually pretty good. I think it's a good idea to try and unlock most of these branches first. So rather than what I did here, go off on a branch, I would suggest unlocking each of the sections here first so that you can then at will go down and at least unlock the first branch option in each of these. So fire, lightning, frost we've got, and then at least you've got options. But it's huge, and then they've got these other sections as well, which we've not obviously got anywhere near yet. And then there's the library. It doesn't end there with the usual codex. Again, very much like Hogwarts Legacy with these cards. If you go into these sections, they all have lore or backstory, all that kind of stuff. And then a glossary as well. It's just huge, this game. Look at this. It's just huge. And most of this you probably won't even get. I would say, again, coming fresh off the back of the campaign in Call of Duty, when you would have paid the same kind of price, I think, well, look, few people are buying Call of Duty for the campaign. I get that. But that's kind of what I do. So, change the monument. Oh, interesting. I don't know what impact this has on the game, so I don't really want to change anything. It may have none. It may be purely cosmetic. And it may be that as you progress, well, it says 2 of 35 up there, so it can't have that much of an impact, can it? It's just giving you a new statue. Very nice. Right, so let's follow our compass, telling us where to go at all times. As I say, that's a setting option. You can get rid of it if you want. Your voice could pop up in the games. I'd love it to, Neil. I think it's I think it would enjoy that, my voice. Right, we're going into the game. This is through the big old mirror. Here we go. Let's do this.
Almost there.
This is a good voice acting.
Shit. Sorry.
Oh,
Can I help?
I'll have a little bite of banana, I think. Well, I'm a little breakfast banana.
Mirrors are funny things, aren't they? Reflections. They distort reality no matter what you try. And there's the trick. Control that distortion.
Okay. Oh, by the way,
There you have it.
I don't know how much money they spent on this.
What is that place?
The music
Guess? It's
is composed
another
by Hans Zimmer.
Morrigan say this alluvion could go
Now, he don't come cheap.
elsewhere in the Fade.
She called it the Veer of Us, freedom of ways. I wonder.
I mean, that's what it said. It's probably the studio of Hans Zimmer. In other words, you know, a couple of guys in the corner. She called it the Viravas, freedom of ways. I wonder. Maybe Morrigan was wrong. Is it safe? Wonder what? Is it safe?
If that is the Fade on the other side, won't it be dangerous? As the Fade often is.
More dangerous than elven gods who wield the blight as a weapon.
Oh, God.
Some of the older texts talk about a place in the Fade where all the Illuvians meet. Across
All these characters are like, I can't believe this. I'm really acting. It's amazing. And then she's like, yeah, maybe it's the other side of the mirror.
where you could travel across all of Thedas in just minutes.
Right. We saw something similar when we were chasing Solus. I wonder if it's the same.
It is alike, and it is not.
No, Spirit. Who are you?
Who are you? And how did you get here?
The wolf's fang. You carry it now. Old paths.
If you love stories, and that's my weakness, I'm not a huge fan. I love a story, but I kind of don't like it to get in the way of playing the game. That's just me personally. I know that I'm not necessarily in a majority there. I know, for example, that Bjorn, and I think you as well, Neil, love the stories in these games. And that's fine. And particularly if you've bought the game, I have to keep reminding myself that most of the games I play, I haven't bought. I'm in a very fortunate position where I'm either given the codes or they're part of a subscription. Which to me, if I was like most people and I had to pay hard-earned cash to play a game, I'd want it to go on for a long time and have lots of detail and be immersive and be in the game and stuff. But, you know, personally, the whole kind of narrative going on and on and on and on, choices and story and stuff, it's not my bag. But I do appreciate it, and I certainly appreciate the effort that's gone into it. And a game like this really exemplifies that.
A new journey. Through there. I will wait.
Poof.
Well, can't tell if that's a trap or not. But we're short on options. One way to find out.
And it didn't feel dangerous.
I'm sure that's an AI.
Almost more sad.
Yeah, in other words, if the choices make a difference to your way forward. So far, Neil, in this game, although there are choices in dialogue, and I presume that that's what they do, they can affect your relationship with the character. So I might choose one. So Harding, little dwarf here, has just made a statement, and now I get to choose my response to that statement. And it may be that will affect our relationship. I haven't as yet discovered what that means in terms of its impact on character progression, but it is part of that mix. So, you know, it has to affect me somehow. I'm just not 100% sure yet how it affects me. So a thumbs up is the safe way to go. If you choose the thumbs up, you're probably never going to upset anybody. It didn't feel dangerous, you know, almost more sad. The two aren't exclusive and I don't trust it. So that final one is probably going to have an impact. If she trusts it, then it will have a negative impact. If she doesn't trust it, then it will have a positive impact. But it may have a negative impact on the other characters who have a different opinion. You never, rarely anyway, please them all at once. So let's just go with a fairly safe two aren't exclusive.
Just because something's sad doesn't mean it isn't dangerous.
I can think of an example or two that proves that.
And we still don't know what this Illuvian's gonna do. One of us should probably stay behind in case it closes.
Good point.
Just tell us when you're ready to go, Rokk, and then we can figure
Rokk.
out what's going on.
Yeah, I won't miss her if she doesn't accompany us on the journey. So we've had something added to our codex, but we're going to go in now. Okay. I haven't seen this before. We get to change who comes with us. And again, this is where it's worth studying the characters because they all have different magic, weaponry, and levels as well. Obviously, if you keep using the same character, at some point they're going to be much more powerful than the ones that you've left behind because they've not had a chance to progress. So it's probably, again, not a bad idea to try at least early on, while you're working out what works best for you, to choose a character, to mix up your characters so they're all roughly the same level. So, into the Crossroads, we're going into a story, find a way to Treviso or Docktown, investigate the Crossroads. The team explores the Crossroads, a mysterious network of mirrors that allows instantaneous travel in order to recruit more people to their cause. We get to change the party or start the quest. I'm actually going to change the party because I can't stand that actor's voice. Oh, look at this. This is interesting. So over time, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 different characters to choose. So Harding is the little dwarf. Nev is the awful actor. And then Bellara is the veil jumper. But it does show you what their powers are, which is pretty cool. And you can inspect them as well, which is good. So she applies a weakened effect. Obviously, that's going to dampen down the enemy. She detonates and sundered. Not sure what that does. And then Harding applies sundered only. And yeah, so she does have less. This one has 4 effects versus Harding, who has 1. What does the other one have? She only has 2. So I guess the question is, do we take her in on the basis that she may improve those skills? Yes, let's do that. Oh, here we go. I actually didn't mean to do that. I think if you just highlight them, add to party, there we go. Whoop. That's good. Okay. Oh, you can add more than 1. Ah, okay. It doesn't have to be limited to 1. Again, like Marvel Suns, isn't it? That has a very similar thing. Before you go into a quest or a mission, you get to choose which characters you want to take with you. I think with Marvel Suns, it kind of gives you a clue as to what might work best. We don't know on this one, but anyway, we'll add Bellara to the party. We'll just take the 2. Oh, did it No, it is only 1. Beg your pardon. Because in choosing her, it's deselected. Oh, there we go. We have made it 2. Excellent. That's because I'd come out and gone back in again, I think. Right, let's get it on. Let's get it on. I feel like game narratives are still far behind other art, says Stu. That's an interesting point, Stu. Do you know, I think part of the problem is the breadth of audience they have to cater for. So something like Baldur's Gate knows its audience, right? So it can go deep into that whole kind of Dungeons and Dragons and myth and stuff. With this game, in a similar space, of course, they originally did Baldur's Gate before they lost the franchise license. But I think what they're trying to do is widen out the appeal here, which works for me. All right, here we are in a very gorgeous world. The detail of the graphics is stunning in this game. Very enjoyable. Gasp, I could use a guide. Sure, I knew that. Is it dangerous here? I don't know. Let's give a thumbs up.
Can you help us? I get the feeling this is no place to get lost.
I do like his acting. So this is the crossroads. We have three. Those are the three quests, obviously. We go down each of those three roads. That's going to signal the quest that we undertake. I don't know whether we get a choice. I mean, I don't know whether we get a choice to go back and do the other two, or whether we go one way and that's our choice. So there you go, Neil. That could very much have a massive impact on the moving forward of the game. If you decide to take a road and then you're locked on that path, you'd have to come back to this point. Let's do a save. You'd have to come back to this point and choose again. So let's save and we'll give it a name because you can do that. Let's call this Chris Rhodes. Roids. I can't see my keyboards under the desk. There we go. Crossroads. And then we'll know, won't we? If we made a bad choice, we'll know to come back to this point. Interestingly enough, we had an auto-save at the same point. I don't know if it deletes the auto-saves, which is why I like to do a little manual save, just to be on the safe side. Right, here we go. Let's choose one of these worlds, if that's what our future fast travel unlocked. Gather your party. Discover these beacons throughout Thedas to unlock fast travel. Party member swapping and respawning. Okay. So we come back to here if we die, which has yet to happen, by the way. But I am on story mode. We can also change our party if we're finding one of them is completely useless, or we come up against a boss that requires a skill that we've left behind. And we can fast travel there as well. If we go to the map. Whoops, no, that was the right place. I was just on the wrong choice. Let's go forward. There we go. So here's the map. And it's only showing this area that we're in. There's where we have to go. That's our mission. That's where we just came from, the lighthouse. And then there's our... Oh, whoops, sorry. I meant to do this. The world. I've not seen this map before. Wow. I wasn't kidding when I thought this was big. So far, all we've done is this area. We're now into Crossroads. Do. That's for older viewers. Yeah, we did go there. We've been there, that's true. But we haven't been anywhere else. Seren, Minrathus, Tevinter, Anderfels, Navarra. Do. Oh, maybe not that, Navarra. Free Marches, Antiva, Rialto Bay, and Riven. Oh, Venification Sea, Boric Ocean, Colian Sea, the Nocian or Nokian. Wowza, huge. And then these areas, which are down below, I don't know if you can get to in the game or not, but they're locked anyway. Is Rokk a predetermined character, or can you pick your class and race? You can indeed choose your class and race, Stu. I don't know. I think they may all be called Rokk. But, yeah, you can be a dwarf or anything. There's a number of choices, different genders. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can choose from the outset. What's this? Missives down the bottom here. No missives received. You will occasionally receive messages from your companions and other interested parties throughout. There's so much to this freaking game. Wowza. Right, anyway. Let's go. Let's do it. Where's my choice thing down here? Whee! Oh, yeah, look, watch this. Right. Look at that, he goes invisible. Woohoo! So, here you go, quick overview of the combat menu. Let's get his, there we go. So down the bottom, if I'm holding in the left trigger, you'll see that I've disappeared again. Okay, for the second, let me just show you this. You'll see that we're seeing our two party members, left and right. So holding in the left trigger button, I can now choose the up D-pad or the left D-pad or the right trigger button to access the 3 special powers of Bolero. And then on the right hand side, still keeping the left trigger button in, I can push down on the D-pad or right on the D-pad or press the right button to access the 3 combat powers of Harding. So your 2 party members, this is why I'm assuming it'll always only ever be 2 with you, can have their stuff selected. And then in the middle you have your own. So X for a rain of fire, A for a wall of frost. And then the one purple one to the left is going to be Y on your Xbox keypad, or triangle if you're using, like me, a PlayStation controller. And then that thing on the right, I'm not sure, the thing that's pulsing with a rainbow effect, I haven't seen that before, so I'm not sure what that does. And you can also see that we have a missing diamond that is brown and has nothing going on, and that's because we've yet to unlock that power that we have. So when we actually start shooting stuff, there we go. You see on the left-hand side we have our health bar in green. We can do it again. We can carry 4 elixirs to replenish our health. And we can push down to change to a different attack type. So this is uses a sword, whereas the other one uses a wand, basically. So that's why it takes 4 missions to train you, because it isn't actually that complicated, but it does take a while to get your head into. And everywhere you go is stunning. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. Was there something that popped up that I needed to do? I can't remember. Probably not. Anyway, let's get on with the game. Oh, I know, it was the camera. It was the fact that I've disappeared again. I've really got to sort this out. Live view shot, there he is. Close him down, go back in. Hello. Sorry about that. And... oh. Woohoo!
So you can ferry us to the other islands?
Winds await, dweller.
Also,
Take that as a...
there are shades of Gods of War in this as well, in some of the puzzles and things that you have to do. Climbing and rotating stuff to line up and all that kind of thing. So I would say what they have done, Bioware, is they have studied hard games like God of War, like Hogwarts Legacy, like Baldur's Gate 3, and they've brought the best of all of those games into this. It really is, for me, it's a full-on AAA. Let's go! What about me mates? Oh, there they are, look. Right.
The spirits here were driven out, refugees now from the gods' minions. I have summoned the guardians of the crossroads to protect them. Beware. The guardians repel all interlopers.
Off we go! Here is a gather your party, respawn, and fast travel point. Do. You can climb to a degree, but only within the confines of natural physics. But the graphics, the animations for climbing and stuff are really cool. Everything's just so well done. It's just a beautifully crafted game. Oh yeah, these green tubs, everything you can, well, not everything, but a lot of the stuff in the world you can destroy. If I destroy this, it'll be of no benefit because we already have full health and we have 4 health vials, whatever they are. But if we run out of health, you can come and destroy one of these and instantly have your health replenished. Or if you have full health and you only have, say, 3 health vials, it will add 1 to your thang. Hold X to perform a charged light attack, or hold Y to perform a charged heavy attack. Right, here we go. Let's go back to this one. Oh yeah, like all your staff has this kind of ongoing lasery effect. And you have the Hogwarts Legacy Bubble of Health as well, the protection thing. Oh yeah, that's another thing you can do. Holding that button down, it does actually pause the game. I don't know for how long. You can mix the abilities. So we could say add some fade bolts with shred, and then your characters will do that. There's so much to this game. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. And as you make your way around the world, I think I've used up all of his... Oh, let's get some health in. There we go. You'll find that there are chests and stuff to collect bits and pieces. So it has a proper looter thing going on as well. There you go. We got through that okay. I wasn't actually concentrating a great deal because I wanted to show you. So I think we can collect this. Yep. Now we have, just do a quick fire. So as you can see, we've got 3 or 4 health vials there. So let's go back and find where we came in. I think it was up here. And we'll grab, no, it wasn't here, was it? Yes, it was. We'll smash it. And then we'll just pick that up. And that's going to add back to our pot. There we go. So we've now got 4. Oh, it's a great little game, Stu. It really is. I just know that I'm going to be telling you in a couple of weeks' time I'm still playing this.
Bring what the gods have hidden.
So that's forward into one quest, but let's do it in the sequence that it's recommending. And then the stuff that's open, we can just go and explore anyway for now. And I like to do that because you will find little treasures hidden away in a...
What's this? Looks like an entryway.
Can you though? Oh no. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I've gone into a new quest. I can't get out.
That's spirits being held prisoner.
I think it's a minor quest. Let's go and have a look.
You're awake. How's your head? The guards really knocked you about.
Well, it's...
Do you remember our mission? Gillening's lab. The wolf sent us to infiltrate her testing grounds. Things didn't go perfectly to plan, but the wolf smuggled in help.
When he talks, he does do lip sync.
If you can fight,
Let's watch him. Let's watch him talk.
Just be ready for whatever the witch has in store.
No, he's not saying anything.
All she sees is another ancient elf. One of...
Freedom. We'll move faster if we split up. See you ahead.
I'm assuming that this is like a mini quest. I have no idea what that means, whether it's a puzzle quest or a combat-based quest. Oh, here's combat. That would... Watch out for these blight dudes, because they are going to explode on you. And blow that one up. The work that's gone into this game. Don't let them get you. Now obviously, I'm on storyteller mode. There are 4 levels above this. So if you really prefer your games to be mega challenging, go for it. I like to, on a big game like this, here you go, here's something we can collect. On a big game, I like to be able to progress. I don't like to spend all my time trying to defeat bosses. So I personally prefer the lowest, easiest route forward, and then just hope that it's a big game. We've got full health. We didn't actually do ourselves a great deal of damage. There's not much point in breaking that green health jug. But, you know, you can do it for the fun of it if you want to. We can always come back to it if we need the health as well.
Wolf, you came for us. Your key was enough.
This unnatural corruption demanded my personal attention. It is strong. It has already blocked the escape route I had planned. We will need another way to the surface.
Let's all split up and find it.
I will destroy what corruption I can. You must cut through these monstrosities before Gillenane unleashes something worse.
Solus sounded
Let's do it!
rattled.
He was spooked by the blight.
Actually, I wonder if I go back, before we go in there, there was a whole area over here where we may find some stuff hidden away. There you go. A little bit of codex. That adds to your level progression, I believe. We've got 100 character power. You see, it's worth it. I like to try and explore anything that's open, any doorway or cave entrance that's actually open. I like to go and have a little look, because look at that thing hanging down there. Look at it pulsing like a massive maggot. Because you will find stuff. They've got little rewards for exploring all over the place. All right. What we got in here? We've got a twisty thing, a la Gods of War.
And choose to destroy it. Learn respect for the life that will succeed you.
I know we've got to twist it. I'm just trying to work out for what purpose. So that's going to get destroyed, that red thing, which if we follow it through in here, goes through that wall. So this is probably why we need to twist this thing. So we point it at that doorway. Okay. Can we go in here? Okay, good. Well, there it is, following around. So we need to find the beginning or the end of that, I'm guessing. Let's see where it goes. Where does it start? Let's have a look. It goes up through there. So we need to open that door, I think. So let's push that to the left. And then there it is. And there he goes. Woo! Oh, another one there. Woo! Woo! All the way down through. And that should, I think, if we now open that, there's 2 more doors. Let's do all of them. Let's do that one. There is a red blight thingy in here. And there's a chest. And that's got us a dwarven key, an uncommon trinket that's gone to Harding. Which, let's have a quick look at her. Companion. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, so she's, there you go. So we've got this trinket slot. So let's add that in. What does it do? Every time you use a potion, you have a 10% chance to get it back. Nice one. There we go. Excellent. And do we have any skills for her? No, no skills. There you go. So not only can you get upgrades for yourself by this kind of work, but for your character as well. Neil says, what is it about scones this morning? First Bjorn and now my wife. I have no idea. I've missed out on the whole scones missive. Or scones, depending where you are in the world. Trouble is, when you eat them, they're scone. No, there's nothing in here by the look of it. Just climb up there on the off chance. No, empty room. Apart from a maggot thing down there. Right. Oh, we need to get the door. Which was it? Which was the door? I think it's... Let's push that way. Whoops. I think it's this door. We have to escape the prison, so we need to find the door that has the exit. Let's try the next one. Ah. There it is. We hadn't destroyed the blight in here.
And faster than anticipated. Perhaps you and your allies warrant more.
Using the dodge with this shadow effect doesn't use up any mana, so it's... But you do get around really fast doing it, so... The scale of these mothers. Armor protects from most damage, deal bonus. Let's go with a Y. Whoops. Boom. These are fairly easy to get down. I mean, we could... I'm just wondering whether to use the other characters. No, they're all dead. They's all dead.
Prize specimens.
If this is what Darkspawn looked like when Gillenane was experimenting, then...
Maybe the darkspawn we've been seeing are new. Maybe.
Oh, we've got a mangled limb, some gold, and a griffin lantern for decor, which is why we can decorate that room. Right, I'm gonna break this up. I'm not gonna grab get out of the way. I'm not gonna use a health file from my character, which is pushed to the right on the D-pad. I'm just gonna smash this up and walk into it. There you go, and that will increase our health without us using our vials.
Here, the blessing you deny. Help me!
Damn. Gillenane got her.
You can choose, let's go to character. You can change, this is Firebrand, but we can change it to necrotic damage or to cold damage. A lot of it depends on what you're killing and working with, I think. And I'm not, to be fair, I haven't got to a point yet where I really know what's going to have the best impact. But yeah, masses of combat options, and really you just got to play for a while to work out what works best for you. Let's use one of our heroines. There we go. Oh, that's good. So she actually gives us a health boost. We didn't need it, but it's good that we I know we have that option. So I'm now using my other characters, the companions, but once you use one of their powers, you have to wait for them to regenerate, so that's worth knowing. Oh, between a Rokk and a hard place. We've got a little commendation there. So that would have boosted our character level there, look. It only goes up in little teeny weeny bits, but obviously the more successful you are, the higher the progression goes. Oh.
You would unleash a blight on this world and call it a masterwork. You, who are the most sensitive of us.
All that I am belongs to the pursuit of creation.
Oh, it's Gillenane.
You chose to constrain yourself. I must climb to the heights only understood by gods.
So what we've actually done here
Now to join them.
is gone to a backstory.
You are greater than any of them.
That's Solus. I thought he looked familiar.
Help me.
And Gillenane is the creature, that one of the antagonists that we are battling.
Be the god she needs. Help her.
I am so sorry I failed you.
He's got no hair normally, that's why I didn't recognise him.
This place and the corruption within it must be eradicated. No trace can be allowed to spread.
So yeah, we've gone back in time to one of the starting points of these characters. Now, again, this may be reminiscent of something that happened in an earlier game. I didn't play them, I don't know. But it's pretty cool if that's the case, because you do get to understand how these characters have got to this place by literally playing a mission in the game. So we get to collect this wolf thing.
Might tell us more.
I wonder if that now becomes a statue in the statue choice. This is going to be a major piece of upgrade here, some armor. We've gone up to level 7 as well, so we can choose a new skill point on the tree. Let's open this up. What do we get? Common arcane orb. Oh, a couple of effects unlocked there, which is pretty cool. Let's have a look at our character. I don't know, I was hoping one of these, but maybe not the case. So let's go to the skills tree, and we've got one skill point that we can unlock. They have to be in succession, so I quite like the idea of this lightning skill. Oh, it says we're in combat apparently, so we have to wait until we're out of combat, which I didn't think we were in, but anyway. And there should be something in here that we can upgrade as well, that it's telling... Oh, here it is up here. Let's have a look. Oh, again, we can't do naffle with it because we're in combat, apparently. I didn't see anybody attacking us, but maybe it's this thing that's burning me. I bet if we do it now, we'll be fine. Yeah, that's what it was. So essentially, it has boosted the necrotic, but as you can see with the red, we're still 6 levels below the current one, but we have a really good stagger level. This only has 35, this has twice that. Let's go with this one for now, and let's also now quickly go over here and acquire that one, so we can now use... Not yet, because we haven't got the points for it yet, but although it looks like it's chosen it, doesn't it? Maybe that's all part and parcel of this then. Chain lightning, which is going to be fun to try that out. In we go. I think it's... Oh, and the other thing is you can jump and it doesn't damage you, which I like. Let's use this to get our health back. There we go. Yeah, so they give you these little ladders, but actually you can just jump around the place. Doesn't do any damage. That was... Do you see that little line? That's the line to tell you where your companions are. Oh, we've getting... Our companions are being attacked. Let's get back up there quick. Yeah, so you do need the ladder to go up, obviously, but not to come down. There we go. Big jump! Big jump! So before we go where it's telling us to go, let's just double check for... That's locked. Let's double check for any rewards that we may overlook if we hurry on. We shouldn't be able to go in here. No. And oh, there's something. Crystal. Or an etheric remnant. We'll have a bit of etheric. Okay. This way. Chain lightning. Yeah, I don't know that it has unlocked it, Neil, but... Oh, there you go. Look. It has. Down the bottom, we now have... Oh, that's the... Yes. That's our super. Left and right push down at the same time, thumbsticks, which obviously takes a lot of combat to build up, and we can only use it once, so we have to be careful with that. Or we can use it loads of times, but only once per session. There's a respawn thing. It's unlocked. Excellent. There's a big chest. Bring it to me. Oh, we've got some armor. Uncommon medium armor for Harding. So let's have a look. The one on the right is what she's currently got. It's a common one. It's white. The usual, you know, progression colours apply. White, green, purple, gold. It's just kind of standard now, isn't it? 37% bonus ability, so that's increased. Detonations are 50% wider, whereas with the Travelers, the basic one, 50% detonation damage versus armor, 50% detonation versus armor. So anyway, it's obviously better, so we will apply that one. It's equipped. There we go. We don't need the health. No point in breaking it. There's some enemies down there. I'm just aware that we weren't due to go this way. I'm kind of exploring it for the rewards, which was worth doing. But,
Is there something inside it?
we were meant to go elsewhere.
An altar to a wolf.
Fenharrel's walls point in the direction of their treasure. Okay. There's something new. Point me! Where's your treasure, dude? Is it this? Where's it pointing then? I mean, it's pointing up, isn't it? Oh, he's literally pointing in the direction of the treasure. Okay. Which is this direction, isn't it? I think. Where's his little blue dot on his chest? It's sort of... Oh, maybe that's what this was. We just found it before we found the wolf thing, the statue. I think we probably want to... Oh, we can't... Okay, so we're, according to the mini-map, pretty much at the edge of the map here anyway, so that's all good. A thing... There's where we will be going in a second, look. There's so much that you can do in this game. I'm fairly certain, if I look in the direction, it's kind of this way though, isn't it? So what we have here... Oh, who's this dude? Codex is just a piece of architecture. What we have here is you can pick these up and then use them. You have to place them somewhere, so there will be somewhere in that space where we have to drop that. Let's activate that ladder, and I don't think... Okay. Oh wow, what the heck? What am I supposed to do with this thing? What? I actually don't think. See, it says RB, but if I do RB, that's going to use my... Unless I have to destroy it. Maybe that's... Oh, she has to pick it up. Aha! Oh, brilliant. So, yeah, just to remind you, these are our characters. And at the top here are when we need to choose one of the characters to do something. And then on the left are their powers, and we can combine them in combat with ours if we want to. It looks complicated. It's not really. But anyway, what it was saying was bring up this menu, and then she's highlighted, choose her, and she is going to pick that thing up.
Sure, here we go.
And now she's activated this. And we can move this around. Normally, it's to connect a light, which I'm not seeing. It won't run out, though. It's, It's just where you direct it to. There, that one would do. So that's one. Then will be another one as well, probably on the other side, that will connect to that light there. It's good, isn't it? It's like this reminds me of kind of Gods of War and all that kind of malarkey. Don't think we can jump. Yes, we can. Good. I love a game where you don't die for jumping. So somehow we need to get up to that one, which possibly is this way. Yeah, there's a ladder. Oh, what was that? Ah, these dudes. Now, obviously, if you're on a higher level than me in storytelling mode, you're probably going to want to combine the powers of your other characters a lot more than I have needed to, and figure out the kind of best way to use stuff. This is, you know, I am using it in guardrails mode. Just wanted to double check there was nothing down here. We used a tiny amount of health in battling those dudes, so I'm not going to bother to crack open that health. Having said that, they're 2 a penny, aren't they? So we may as well just top it up. There we go. There's one down there. Up we go. Right, let's get the other one active. Oh, some dudes. I often find with games like this that it takes a few hours of play to just get your head into the whole combat thing, and you start to work out what your best moves are, what your favourite powers are, and all that kind of stuff. At the moment, I'm just in the let's just destroy it and get on with it mode. Right, same thing again. So hold that down, choose her. There's a little chest over there. She's activated that. Let's grab the chest. Won't be anything major. Some gold. Oh, he's got a new appearance. Let's have a look at his appearance. Map character. There we go. So if we go into here. Or is it? I thought you could look at their appearance. I mean, I thought you could change their appearance from within this menu. Okay. Well, anyway, it's been added somewhere. Unless it wasn't this character. That's a possibility, I suppose. It may be in the appearance of one of the others. Yeah, don't think you can change the appearance of these dudes. Right, anyway. Whatever. Let's push this thing and get it active. There it is, that one there. Door opening. Jump over. And now we jump through. So what do you think, guys? Is this a game that you could see yourself playing?
The gods' blight and blood magic has sealed the way.
Only their champion may open it.
Champion?
It dwells on this island. Challenge the champion and claim its essence. This path will open to you.
Why, thank you. Although it's telling us not to go that way. Have we got an enemy? Did somebody just arrived to have a... No. Let's go this way. I always like to bring my staff. Ha ha ha. And we have a save point. Oh, sorry, a respawn point. Up here. A blight cyst. I don't want to use all my mana. That's oh well. May as well finish it off.
That's the champion we're looking for. Watch yourselves.
Oh, flipping heck. Press and hold X or Y to increase damage against blight armor. I think we're going to need to use our companions on this one. Actually, we've got our super. Let's just go straight in with it. Oh, look at that! Die! Woohoo! Nicely done. And there's a chest. And collect the champion essence.
That's the essence we need. It's cold.
Common element stave. So we've changed an effect apparently. Fire damage. Yeah, whatever. Let's equip it. Nice. How's our health? It's good. We hardly tickled the health. And there's that wolf thing again. Still not 100% sure where it's pointing. It's kind of in that direction, isn't it? I don't think we can climb up here. Oh, we can! Ha ha! It worked! Nice! Got a skill point. Woohoo! Love it! Can I apply my skill point? Yes! So, we can acquire the lightning. Awesome. I don't know how you use it though. Sundered. Awesome, awesome. Oh, there it is. Look, it's added it to our thingies. If you go back to our character, we've now got our fourth one. Ha ha! Mega. So in fact, what we do is we hold down the old RB and then we choose B, which is exactly what you want, isn't it? And then you can jump down the ladder. For what purpose? Who knows? And where does it want us to go now? Up there. I could have sworn we were here just now. We had to place the... okay, we had to place the champion essence. Essence placed. Oh, look at that massive 250 XP we got for doing that.
I've never seen so many Alluvians in...
That's because we completed the quest.
Where do they all go?
Each of these mirrors takes you to a new part of the world. Flipping heck. A little chest. Got something else to decorate with. A vessel we can flog. No, stop moving. I want to read that. Press to open the journal and track a quest. That's what it's telling us to do. Go to the map, press Y. Here we go. So we have signs and portents, and we still have these two to complete. And then we have factions and regions. And then we have two new ones, Treviso and Crossroads, Regrets of the Dread Wolf. So we've now got 4 things going on. There's the story, which is signs and portents. And then we have factions and regions, and these are all the ones that we've completed. So how many have we done? 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 so far. And we're about, what, 5 hours in, something like that? So we could take a deviation and... Neil says, do you remember the game Sundered on Stadia? Yeah, it rings a bell, Neil. Neil says, I played it for a while, but it was too hard for me. Yeah, I mean, I have a really simple rule. If I can't progress in a game, which is why I don't play roguelites, for example, or to a degree PvP, then I just give up. And if there's no way that I can cheat my way through, like with a story mode or using mods, then yeah, it won't be for me. I mean, you know, it's a personal thing. For other people, they want that. They want the challenge, shall we say? I don't play games to be challenged. I play games to be entertained and to stretch my brain a bit. So I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to go out of the story for a second, and I'm going to have a look. Let's see where we are in the world. Whoops. Ooh. That's where we've got Treviso. And that's where we've got to go anyway, so let's travel there. And now we get, okay, so again you get to choose your, oh, who's this you will meet an Antivan Crow in Treviso. And it's suggesting that we use that one. I don't want to use her as my main character. I think I'll stick with Belara. So we've got another guy that we're going to meet, and he's going to become one of our 7 party choices. So there we go. Treviso, okay.
Finest cities in Antiva, now living under occupation.
What a lovely breathy voice this guy's got.
My friends to meet us.
You made it. I hear you go by Rokk these days.
He's got a mask on. Oh, so is she the new character? She must be. Yes. As a crow, you've met Taya previously.
Formal with friends. Thea, please. Come. Viago is gathering the others. He's happier.
So this is our new character.
Trust me. He complains more when you're not around.
Companion.
The documents, it's all there.
My friend says come with us.
All right, lads.
The Anton soldiers been here.
We have suffered their company for too long.
Mate, you must be
The
chilly.
Anton reached a stalemate in their war with Tevinter. Some turned here instead. Antiva was rich, comfortable, and has...
Hang on, I just want to pick up a pineapple. Whoa, look, a merchant. We can sell stuff. We can buy stuff. Seal of House Lasker. A seal bearing the sigil of the noble house Lasker of Kal-Sharok. While the house was dissolved, many of Kal-Sharok's inhabitants can claim a connection to the bloodline. I don't know what it does. I could buy it, but it might not do much. We have an uncommon ring, which gives us 25% stagger boost. Gems and bits and bobs, jewelries and talismans. With the other merchant that I found earlier, we could sell stuff. This one only looks to let you buy stuff. And whilst this is all very nice, we don't know what these things do, so I'm inclined not to buy anything. Sorry, dude. Anyway, I was after a pineapple. Oh, here's another one. This one probably gonna... Spells, is it? Something? Ah, armor. Ooh. The other thing I found was, in the first merchant, which you guys haven't seen earlier in the game, she was selling a piece of armor. And blow me down, in the very next story, I actually found it in a chest. So I suspect although you can buy it now and skip forward a bit, you will get a lot of this stuff later. But this has 100 healing improvement, which is pretty cool. And it's only going to cost us 630 of our 2,826 gold. I'm going to have that. Zip. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I would like to be able to sell my stuff. Is there any other merchants here? So, as is also the case with Star Wars Outlaws, what the heck's gone on with your face? Oh, it's got that Michael Jackson condition. You can it basically let you collect stuff, but you can sell it all when you find a merchant with suitable ability to sell. These are gold, look. Ooh, these are, as far as I'm aware, top level. What's this thing? A legendary valuable item. See, as far as I know, you can only sell those, and you probably sell them for less than you bought them for. That's an appearance thing. That's an appearance thing. So none of these are going to give you weapons. They're just going to give you appearances. A sturdy pouch. Who doesn't need a sturdy pouch? Right, I'm not feeling your merchants. I want to sell something. Will you let me sell? No. What are you flogging? Colourful fruit. Fair enough.
As you say,
Whee! Another one. They're all flogging stuff, aren't they? What's this one flogging? A teapot. Oh, look, she's one of us. She's one of the Ram clan. Let me just have a look and see if my character needs to be... Here we go. Can I not add it here? I need to replace that belt. Okay. Boom. There we go. So we just added 100 to our health. I'm very happy with that. We have some white stuff and we have some green stuff. So we've yet to add any blue, purple or gold. But that's all good. And I want to pick this thing up over here as well. It's an Antivan Sprig. A memento. Oh, we see what the mementos do, because they were flogging mementos, weren't they? Where doth thou'st whack your mementos then? Ring slot. Empty ring slot. Where does the memento go? Does it go into these little holes? No. No. Does it go into here? No. I don't know where those mementos go, unless it's a different character. See, yeah, no idea. Show tooltips. Hide tooltips. Huh, they've got it all going on. And here's our stats, look. So health's good, 720. Defense is fairly low. We've got physical resistance, but 0 resistance to the other attributes. We have a main hand 72 and an offhand 60. So, you know, fairly even going on there. And then all of our various percentage bonuses and so on. Again, you know what? Even for most games, these things kind of pass me by. But if you're trying to go for a specific build, which over time I'm sure you're going to have the ability to do, then these are great because you can obviously go, yeah, I need a massive stagger effect. And I need a lot of resistance on shocked because there's that one boss I can't get past and so on. So, yeah, lots and lots of stuff to affect your character. I'd still like to know what memento is supposed to do, though. Let's go to our resources. Nothing needs changing with... let's have a look in the glossary. Law, combat. Whoops. How do I get down? I'm trying to scroll. Oh, there we go. C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, momentum. Momentum? Or it was memento, wasn't it? Primary resource for the rogue class. No, it wasn't that we're after. And I don't think it's going to be in there either. Codex. Mementos. Ah, it's just these things. What do they do, though? So you buy these, and all they are is like a little card in your thing. A pantomime theatre mask of Gillenane. In narrative, she's the... Yeah, so good job we didn't buy them. Who gives a flipping heck? All right, out we come. Do. Sorry, on you go. Just exploring. Ignore me. It's got very dark.
I hate seeing Treviso ground down.
This occupation will not last. The Antivan crows remain. And one day, I will see a knife through every would-be tyrant's throat.
Ooh. So look at the size of the map of this place. We haven't really unlocked a huge amount of it, but it looks fairly big. Ooh. Zippy and Bungle.
We have arrived.
Wow, This is not what I expected.
The Cantori diamond.
Oh, there she is. I was thinking, where's my companion? So what do you think, Neil? Is this a game that you would you'd be interested in? I don't know how much it is. It's full price. I mean, it's a AAA. Hello.
Did you finish that contract? To stop the Dread Wolf?
Hello, Viago. And it's complicated.
How many times do I have to tell you? Crows always finish the job.
We just can't take initiative, right? My run-in with the Antom taught me that.
Don't let him scold you too much. V was worried about you.
I'm just going to skip a little bit of this stuff.
Rokk, the first...
Catherine Delamore.
I'm honored. Which makes you...
Ilario de la Morte, her grandson. What brings you here?
Right. My target is a pair of elven gods, or that's what they call themselves. They're ancient blighted mages.
I've disappeared again. Flipping camera.
The man who brought blood mages and Venatori to their knees.
Boop.
Lucanus.
Boop, boop.
My grandson. They called him
the demon of Verantium.
He was the one who did those jobs.
Going with an aggressive on this one.
Like there's more to it.
Lucanus de la Morte is dead. He was killed a year ago now.
What I say doesn't leave this room. The body our people brought back was not my grandson. It was dressed in his clothing.
No.
It had been altered with blood magic to have his face.
My cousin is still alive? And you didn't think to tell me?
Yeah, looks good, says Neil, but taking a break from action RPGs at the moment and have Dragon's Dogma 2 in mind first.
You kept your suspicions to yourself.
But you brought it up now. Why?
I've had eyes on the Venatori ever since they took my grandson from me. They were hunting your Dread Wolf. They made mistakes, and now I have a look. Find this ossuary. Free Lucanus.
You'll have your god killer.
And I'll have my grandson.
You can only imagine the story tree that they created for this game, which we'll never see, but just the thousands, hundreds of different routes, and they all have to connect in a way that doesn't prohibit you from completing the game. It's a real masterwork.
I learned mere minutes ago.
But the enchantments required must be immense.
Tell you what, not a great way to get around if you've only got one arm, is it?
Lucanus is family. Maybe she thought I'd act too rash if it meant saving him. And now, who can say if he's even still alive? There, you take the boat. I'll make sure we weren't followed.
We're taking a boat.
Are you coming with us?
It's possible we've been watched. If all of us vanish from the dock, you play the alluring hero. I know Treviso. If we have a tail, I have a better chance of distracting their interest.
Off we go. Neil says, if a game has dragon in its title, it has my attention. Yeah, definitely does have dragon in the title, Neil. And it has age in the title as well, which is why it's got my attention.
So how do we get in?
You'll see.
Imagine they had little teams that worked on all the little side missions and stuff, you know, different groups of developers and designers.
Something already took down the guards.
Oh, look, we're in SeaWorld. Oh, what was that?
I guess there's one way to find out.
Grab some gold. Right, now then. Oh wow, look at that giant shark thing.
So, this is the ossuary. This doesn't look like any prison I've seen.
What's the map look like for this? Okay. So, before I run headfirst into this quest, I'm actually going to call it a day, guys. I'm going to go and grab some breakfast, and hopefully I've given you a really good insight into this game. There's so much to it, and I've only been playing, as you know, for about 4 or 5 hours, so I suspect this is a mega 100-hour game, Baldur's Gate 3 scale, with so much to do and lots of puzzles and bits and bobs, and I think it's definitely up my boulevard. So we're going to put a little save down if we haven't already got an auto. We've got an auto save, so we'll leave that where that is. And 5 hours and 48 minutes. So there you go. Coming up to the 6th hour on the game, and I think it's a cracker. I hope you do too. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it's given you a little bit of an insight and also a few tips as well from my experiences thus far. Thanks once again to GeForce NOW Ultimate for the code for the game, the Steam game, and for Bioware for not only developing it, but also for providing GeForce with the code that they provided to me. And yep, definitely a big thumbs up for me on this one so far. 6 hours in, I think it's definitely a game that I'm going to be playing to the end. Really enjoying it so far. That's me done. Enjoy the rest of your weekend if you're watching this within the weekend. If you're not, then that's a complete irrelevance. I'm going to go to black, fade to black, and stop the stream. I will see you Thursday for, of course, Rokk and Ray. And I will be out of makeup as well. Please leave a like, a comment, share, subscribe if you're new, all those things. Neil, have a wonderful day, my friend. Thank you, as always, for popping in and supporting the stream and the channel. I really appreciate you, my friend. And I will see y'all next week. Take care.